What's going on, everybody? Dialerix TV back with another video. And in today's video, what I'll be discussing is why does Rajon Rondo have the secret recipe and the magic touch to be able to help the Lakers always be either in contention or, potentially, just win a title or whatnot. So Rajon Rondo, I always credit him for being able to see the floor in 3D. He's a great facilitator, great player, and it just seems like his game evolves. He doesn't take a lot of threes. He don't take many threes, but when he do take them, it's just like he take it at the right time, and he only takes the shot when he needs to. He's the only player, the only point guard, the only traditional point guard that I know who doesn't play like modern point guards, but he's still able to be effective because his style of play, he's able to get others involved, and the way he sees the floor, I think he's going to be great. All I think the Lakers are missing as of now is probably a lethal three-point shooter, a knockdown shooter, somebody who come in. But, Rondo is going to be great for the Lakers. And I didn't mind them getting it. I thought that Darren Collison was the better fit, but, Rondo was a guy that Kobe Bryant advocated for all the time. I remember back, I think it was 2014, if I'm not mistaken, when him and Rajon Rondo had breakfast. And, he was like, I'm an a-hole. Oh, yeah. Kobe was like, he's an a-hole. And Rondo was like, it felt good coming from Kobe because, mine's, one could recognize the other. And I think that's why I gravitated to Kobe so much, because he was an a-hole and he didn't care. And I was the exact same way. However, but Rajon Rondo, man, I'm almost sure that he's excited to be playing somewhere where he was welcome. Like, people was wanting him to come back, and they treating him as if he's a superstar. And I think that's what he loves the most, that the Lakers fans embrace him. They fully embrace him, And Rondo is one of my favorite point guards by far. He's only 35 years old. And, the saying, fine wine, you get better with time. Rajon Rondo is actually proving it, And the things that Rajon Rondo also do, the things that Rondo does on defense, is not going to show up on the stat sheet. And I think a lot of people just love Rondo, his personality. He's such a dog. He's a bulldog. And he's fearless. And that's what you need. You need somebody who's fearless like that on your team at all times, because if everybody, the league has become soft as it is, but you need somebody with like Rondo, who was a two-time champion, has playoff experience, and I think the Lakers are going to have a good year, especially with the addition of Rondo. Shout out to one of my subscribers, I forgot who it was, who mentioned that the Lakers should, get Rondo. They were so confident that they was going to get him once he became a free agent. The Lakers was on it, and they made sure that they signed him, locked him down before anybody else could get the chance to. I just wanted to come back and finish this video. As you guys can see, I'm sweating because I was jogging and whatnot. But Rajon Rondo specializes in not only being able to facilitate and see the floor and create for others, he's also great at being able to break down defenses, read defensive schemes, and pick apart defenses while he's playing them. And that's why teams have so much trouble, with Rondo, and he's such an asset to a team. That's why Rondo would make such a great coach in the NBA, because the way he sees the floor and the way he's able to read defenses and read schemes, and he could call plays on the floor like he's his own coach. He's like a player's coach. Similar to like a Bill Russell. I'm not going to, give him that much credit, but, similar to Bill Russell, man. He's just such a great player, and he could do it all. And he take necessary threes. He don't just go out there and just be shooting threes like Steph Curry and guys like that. He understands his game. He knows his limitations, and that's what makes him such a great point guard. I would rather have Rondo on my team than anybody, and I'm glad that they chose to go that direction opposed to I'm glad that they chose to go that direction, opposed to, you know, going in the route, opposed to signing, you know, Isaiah Thomas. They know that Isaiah Thomas is looking to score first before he tries to pass. So they're gonna try to force the ball out of his hands because he's so short. And you know, by them, you know, double teaming him and things like that, they can force the ball out of his hands. With Rondo, you know that he's not trying to come down. You know, that's why when they be scouting and watching film, Rondo, they know that they can't. It's hard to prepare for Rondo because Rondo is already. He's like, yeah, he switches things up mid-game. That's how great Rondo is. And I would, you know, I think there's a reason why Kobe Bryant wanted Rondo. LeBron James needs someone who is going to challenge him, and that's what Rondo is going to do. He's going to get in your face, and he's going to challenge you. Same thing, you know, with D Wade, and you know, same thing with. That's why he does well with coaches like, you know, Tyronn Lue. Tyronn Lue would get in your face, or he'll bark back at LeBron. He'll yell back at LeBron and like, look, I'm the coach. You're not gonna tell me what I'm going to do, because some players have that diva mindset and they just think that they're, you know, above the coach. He needs somebody like that to challenge him, because there's not too many players they're gonna fold and you would just end up getting traded. If you notice, Rondo don't get traded as much because he's challenging the game players' faces. Is mainly because, you know, his productivity.